views or opinions expressed on KUR are not necessarily those of Kutztown University, Kutztown University Student Government, Kutztown University Student Services Incorporated, KUR staff and management, or other affiliated organizations.
This is Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community issues talk radio magazine. You can listen back to any of our episodes of Kutztown Live by going to Spotify and searching Kutztown University Radio. And now, your hosts of Kutztown Live. Welcome to Kutztown Live, here on the radio voice of Kutztown University, KUR, recording this one, May 19th, 2020, as we continue on in month 2 or 3 of recording from at home due to the pandemic, but still ticking along as we are, and we're not stopping, we're not missing one beat here at KUR. This week, once again, is our bi-weekly, monthly, it changes a little bit by the month, depending on guest availability. Lori from the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, and she has a very special guest this week, a very well-recognized name in Kutztown, and I'm really going to be interested in hearing all about your business. So take it away, Lori.
All right. Thank you very much, Mike. Well, I am very pleased to be here today with Jon Escueta. He is the owner of City Cuts Barbershop in Kutztown, just one building over from the Northeast Berks Chamber office, Jon. We're very close neighbors.
Definitely we are. Glad to be here.
Yes, we are. Yes. Well, thank you so much. As Mike mentioned, Jon is a very recognizable person and business in Kutztown and beyond. Jon, why don't you tell us about the barbershop? I know that it started in 2006, and this is your 3rd location. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So how did you get started? Tell us about it.
Well, my cousin was going to Kutztown University, I think around 2004, 2005. And he was, mentioning there weren't any barbershops in the area, for the college kids. And he knew I was going to barber school, and he kind of put the bug in my ear as far as maybe, once you get your license and you're prepared to go off on your own, take a look at Kutztown University. So I took a stroll one day, pretty much just asked around on campus, college kids, is there any, barbershops around, or where do you guys get your haircuts? And most of them that I've talked to, they said either Allentown or Reading. So I was just like, there's definitely a market here, for that. And I said, why not give it a try? And here we are.
So, and of course, we know that you've had a successful barber business. Do you also teach barbers as well as run your own barbershop?
Yes, I'm allowed to have 1 student per year, for a barber apprentice.
Okay. Well, that's really interesting. I think we'll get back to that in a minute.
Okay.
So, as we said, you're recognizable, and I think that's because you're very supportive of the local community, and you're really a very philanthropic person because you've had a number of initiatives and partnerships over the last few years that have garnered quite a bit of media attention.
Yes.
Especially your books by kids. So how did you start that project, and what's involved?
Well, pretty much the way it started was when I was coaching basketball for a bunch of like 7th and 8th graders, in Allentown. And they were like afraid to communicate with each other on the court, especially. So we prioritized for them to be able to speak up to their teammates. They were like afraid to tell their teammates like what to do during the games and practices. So we made them like a mini coach, sort of say, and they kind of improved their confidence, just by doing that from day to day. And we started winning some more games, and I said, why not bring it into the barbershop with kids a lot younger so that by the time they get to 7th and 8th grade, they'd be able to speak up to their coach or to their teammates without them feeling, oh, am I doing this wrong? Or I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So it's just pretty much just to open up a communication. And I know in the barbershop, we can't be just speaking up or just talking. So I figured a better way to do it is just, if a kid would like read a book to their barber to practice, public speaking that way, reading to their barber. And $3 incentive is just, I'm hoping that it'll make them want to read to the barber or in front of people. It just gives them a little prize at the end of it. So, and it kind of just worked out on its own, where one video we took and then other kids saw that and it was like, oh, I want to read too for $3. So it kind of, it gives them a little motivation, I should say, to kind of want to read.
That's incredible. You've been such a good role model and a positive influence, because building confidence is so important. So even just that step of reading the book is really significant, as you said, in building that confidence and allowing them to communicate and interact with their peers and their coaches like yourself. So I really think that you've done something really special, and that's why it's been so noticed. So you've mentioned a few things that I knew about you. What inspired you to become an entrepreneur? I mean, obviously you were in barber school, but it's taken off beyond just becoming a barber. So right. Who or what has inspired you as you've worked through your business?
Well, in the beginning of, I guess, finishing high school, my thought was I didn't want to go to college just because it didn't make sense to me as far as like writing papers and writing research papers for my career. I knew I didn't want to go that path of it. Working through like the restaurant businesses, worked at Red Lobster and Friendly's, I've kind of seen how they run businesses. So I kind of learned how to run a corporate business through them, just by being there for like a few years. Mm-hmm. So I figured, why don't I have the freedom to make my own choices and to make up my own hours and to kind of have set up my own environment to where I wanted to be in, without me feeling like, I don't want to go to work today, or I'm excited to go to work today. I wanted to have that feeling of that excitement of going to work and just being able to, talk about sports. And that was a big key to me. And being indoors was another thing. I wanted to be indoors. I didn't want to work outside. I tried landscaping and painting, and I know it wasn't a career that I wanted to choose that way. So, I looked at haircutting as art, to make somebody feel really well about themselves, give them that boost of confidence when they walk out the door. So it kind of all worked out that way for myself. It's pretty much just knocking down the pillars of what I didn't want to do as far as a career.
And of course, you become such a strong mentor to people, to the other barbers, to the apprentices, and also to your customers and to the students. Now, we know we're in a pandemic right now, Jon, so you're not open because we're still in the red phase in Berks County. But first of all, let our listeners know how they can reach out to you, contact you, visit your website, and what is available right now that they can do until you can do a phased reopening.
Well, I'm usually on our social media pages. I handle pretty much City Cuts pages on Instagram or Facebook, or send my email through like the website. I try to tell my clients who message me, what can I do? I said, try not to cut your hair all the way down like what I'm used to doing. Just pretty much clean up the sides, just maybe like around the ears. It's called like a shape up.
Okay.
It's kind of hard for me to really just go in depth as far as what they can and able to do. If they can grow their hair out, good for them. If they really need a haircut, I say just go with like a even haircut. So, try not to fade, because then that will be a process of it's going to take like an hour or two rather than just a quick cleanup. So just pretty much clean up as much as possible. Yeah,
I'm sure that's true of all hairdressers, right? Because in the case of women, we might start coloring and spraying our hair, and it could take months to recover from whatever we've done to ourselves. That's
right.
True. Now, do you sell gift cards or gift certificates? Is that something that's available now for future?
Yes, I'm doing it through Square. They can visit our website and purchase gift cards through there, which we have been helpful to us, during this time. It's really a crazy phase of it within our life. But I think at the end of the day is we should be grateful for the time that we have with our family. And, we won't never get this time back. So spending a time with your kids or with your significant other to strengthen that relationship, I'm just kind of grateful for it.
Yeah, I think that's really a good recommendation. What is your website address?
It's citycutsbarbershop.com.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you, Jon, for your time today. Do you have any concluding remarks before we end the interview?
We're just hopefully we could open back up as soon as possible. Our clients are really, really itching to get back in the shop and just enjoy the environment and the vibes and the laughs more so than a haircut, I think. Just being with one another and having that positive environment in the barbershop, tremendously uplifts some spirits.
You're right. That socializing is a huge aspect, right? Whenever we're in some sort of a personal grooming or spa environment, correct, we really like that socialization. So you're right about that. I just want to mention before we end that we will be having a third chamber chat this Thursday evening at 7 p.m. on Zoom. Okay. It is free of charge and it's open to all chamber members. And that is one way, Jon, that members can get together and interact and share ideas and share concerns and have a discussion with other members about their plans for the reopening of business that we hope will be coming in the next weeks and few months. So, all right. I thank you for your time today. It's great speaking with you. Thank you for joining the Chamber in 2019. I know we did a really successful ribbon cutting event for you in the fall. And I look forward to being back on the main street of Kutztown and checking in with you. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Lori. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Lori, and thank you for listening to Kutztown Live. Thank you so much, Jon. Great guest, and we'll join you back here again next time here on Kutztown Live.